Welcome back to digital class, and now we're looking at this question 10. Now, this question is a very interesting and important question, and I need you to focus and focus and focus. Now, this question here says what? Pei Heng had a rectangular block of wood 8 cm by 4 cm by 3 cm. So as you can see, 8 cm, 4 cm, 3 cm. And what he did is he painted all the faces of the block. Means that I have a block, I painted every single thing, all the faces, including bottom part, including top part. I painted everything. Then, next part, he cut the block into 1 cm cubes. Then I cut. Again, the keyword here is what? 1 cm cubes. Means that if I have 8 cm here, I cut into how many parts? I cut into 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see here, right, I cut into 8 parts already. And again, it's a 1 cm cube. So this part, I also need to cut. I cut like this, 1, cut like this, 2. So here will be 3 parts. That's why 3 cm, right? That's why 1, 1, 1. And this part, I cut into 4. So I cut into like this, like this, like this. Okay, it's not that nice, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it doesn't look that nice, but this is something like this. And what happened is the question asking how many of the cubes did not have any of its faces painted. Now, this is actually very important now that you need to imagine. I have this block, I cut into all small little part already. If I want to talk about the faces that is painted, again, the faces that is painted, I know for sure it will be all the outer part, correct? Only the inside, because I cut already, the inside cubes will not be painted because they are not outside. Now, if you look carefully, 8 cm. On the left side, example, just imagine 8 cm, I have this 8 block from this side. The left and the right for sure have been painted, correct? Then what you are supposed to do is 8 minus 2, 6. So the blocks inside actually did not be painted. Now, this is 4 cm, right? So now from here, again, turn over. I know the left and the right, for sure they are being painted. Like basically, you can understand as front and back. For sure they are being painted. So 4 minus 2, 2. So this 2 column inside is not being painted. And 3. This 3 is from here to here, right? And I know the top and the bottom cubes all have been painted. That's why 3 minus 2, 1. So the one inside that whole row that is actually not painted. Now, if you notice, this 2, 2, 2 basically means the top, bottom, front, back, left, right of all the outer part. That's why the one inside that is not painted is what? 6 from here, 2 here, 1 row here. So the answer is 6 times 2 times 1, which is 12. Yes, that is the final answer. Only 12 actually not being painted because they are inside the block. Okay, I hope you can understand this because this is actually kind of important. Now, this question is actually kind of easier because it doesn't talk about this block painted for how many sides, all these things. Well, that will be a bit more complicated, but this is actually much easier. Cubes that don't have any of its faces painted. But teacher, what if the question say, example, this is part A, I want to be a bad guy, I add part B. How many faces that being painted? In that case, if they ask you how many faces that are being painted, of course you can just find how many cubes total do I have? 8 times 4 times 3. Let me just put up my calculator. I think it's 96. Yes, 96 Then how many not painted? I know it's actually not painted is 12. Then if I want to find the one that's painted, I just use 96 minus 12, and that will gives me 84. Then that's it. So again, it's a question that is interesting, but now once you know this, every time you see some question like this, it will be much easier. Okay, I think the first time probably is a bit confusing because you need to imagine, but you can do it. You can do it. Okay, and I think I will just stop here, and I hope you learned something. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.